down. We are starting with the lucky draw and then we'll start the inaugural session. So request please सब अपना अपना कूपन डाल दीजिए. Request Ravi Bhaiya to please bring the bull. Request delegates who are standing outside. Sumit Biani, please call everyone inside. So we'll have a couple of lucky draws throughout the day. The first lucky draw will be happening now. Would request Ravi Bhaiya to bring the bull and would request our president to escort the chief guest and inaugurate the first lucky draw for the today. And the first coupon is
214. 214.
Coupon number 214. Gaurav More Bhaiya, I think Gaurav More Bhaiya is coming. Co-chairman for the event.
एक सिंगाड़ा का 6000 था इसका तो अरे विनोद भी आइए प्लीज आइए डली
The first opening lucky draw goes to CA Gaurav More. A big round of applause. Sir.
Please come. Sir, आइए.
Request. One more lucky draw, please.
One more lucky draw.
Let's see who is the second lucky winner for tonight, for today.
And the number is again very, very close. No suspense. We have less time. 195.
195. Again. Amazing, amazing. वापस his partners registration. पहला गौरव भैया का उसके बाद उनके पार्टनर का.
Next time
So this means the more the number of registrations, the chances is better. Request everyone to please settle down. We are starting with the inaugural. The next lottery will happen post lunch and we'll start the inaugural session in the next 5 minutes. Request everyone to please settle down. जो बाहर हैं delegates, request everyone to please अंदर आ जाइए और अपना seats ले लीजिए. We are starting the inaugural session. So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to our distinguished dignitaries, esteemed speakers, respected seniors, fellow professionals and dear friends. They say, परिवर्तन प्रकृति का नियम है, लेकिन परिवर्तन को अपनाना नेतृत्व की पहचान है. Friends, every generation has a defining moment. A moment the way it thinks, a moment the way it works. And ultimately, it changes the future. For our generation, there were many. One was industrialization, another was computers. But today, it's artificial intelligence. It has already entered our offices. It is sitting on our laptops. It is sitting inside our mobile phones. And today, we have gathered not merely to discuss AI, but to understand how professionals can embrace it, acknowledge it, and utilize it in this age of disruption. Because remember, जो बदलता है, वो आगे बढ़ता है, और जो सीखता है, वो नेतृत्व करता है. Welcome to the 4th annual conference of BBD Bag Professional Association. A big round of applause to everyone out here. Friends, great institutions are built by great individuals and individuals who contribute not for the applause, but for the purpose. May I now request the dignitaries to please grace the dais. CA Pramod Agrawal, Secretary, BBD Bag Association. Advocate Paras Kochar, Immediate Past President. CA Debayan Patra, Chairman, Conference Committee. CA RK Vyas, Founder President and Conference Committee Mentor. And our esteemed Chief Guest, Mr. Vinod Kumar Gupta, Managing Director, Dollar Industries Limited, who will be escorted by our President, CA Sanjib Sanghi, to take their seats on the dais. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome with a huge round of applause. Friends, before we speak of innovation, before we discuss growth, Before we explore opportunities, let us first salute our nation that made these opportunities possible. May I now request everyone present in the hall to please rise for the national anthem. अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे. Thank you. Friends, today's theme is artificial intelligence. But before artificial intelligence comes something more important, authentic intelligence. And before authentic intelligence comes wisdom. That is why the Indian culture begins every auspicious journey with light. Because दीपक अंधेरे से नहीं डरता, वह केवल जलना जानता है. May I now request all the dignitaries and speakers to kindly join us for the lighting of the lamp. Speakers, and with request our special guests OP Saxena Sahab, RK Agrawal sir, our Central Council member Chitle sir, to please grace the dais. Our past chairman Vishnu Tulsian sir. Saxena ji, Agrawal ji sir, please, along with the chief guest. Friends, there are people who build business, there are people who build brands, and then there are people who build institutions. Our chief guest today belongs to that rare category. Under his leadership, Dollar Industries have emerged as one of the India's most respected brands. Before we felicitate him, may I request CA Kamal Somani ji to kindly introduce our esteemed chief guest.
Good morning, dear members of BBD Bag Professional Association, delegates, guests, and dignitaries on the dais. I welcome you all to the 4th annual conference of our BBD Bag Professional Association. I'm here to introduce and welcome one of our CA fraternity member who is not only a renowned industrialist, but also a very simple and a wonderful human being. He comes from a family that is known for its ethics and values. Our today's chief guest, Shri Vinod Kumar Gupta, CMD of Dollar Industries Limited, one of the top 3 hosiery companies in India today. With the blessings of his late father, Shri Deen Dayalji Gupta, founder of Dollar, who recently left us for his heavenly journey, Vinodji, as he is popularly known in professional circles, is credited with building the present-day Dollar with a top line of around rupees 2,000 crores. Under his leadership, Dollar became the first fully integrated hosiery company in India with backward integration of spinning, elastic manufacturing, and a zero-discharge process house. The company's distribution network and the marketing strategies adopted, along with the brands endorsed by popular celebrities, are the key mantras behind its present-day success within and outside India. Today, Dollar is a household name for many. May I now request everyone present here to give a huge round of applause and warmly welcome Mr. Vinod Kumar Gupta, our chief guest on stage.
Thank you, Kamal Bhaiya. Now I'd request Kamal Bhaiya to please present a bouquet to our chief guest, and would request CA Madhev, CA Madhev Lal Agarwal ji to present an Uttariyo, and CA Sanjay Jhajaria ji for presentation of memento. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our esteemed chief guest. Friends, every institution has a history, every history has a story, and every story begins with a dream. Today, when we see a thriving BBD Bag Professional Association, successful conferences, and a vibrant professional community, we admire the present. But every strong tree was once a seed planted by someone with conviction. वो शख्स ही क्या जो सिर्फ अपना सफर तय करे, असली रहनुमा वो है जो कारवा बनाया जाए. Before there was growth, before there was recognition, there was annual conference, there was a vision. May I now request the founder president of BBD Bag Professional Association and mentor of this conference, CA R.K. Vyas, to kindly share his thoughts for us. A big round of applause for CA R.K. Vyas.
Respected chief guest and other dignitaries on the dais, the learned speakers and delegates of the 4th annual conference, and my revered Gurudev, Sri O.P. Saxena ji and Sri R.K. Agarwal ji. Om Gang Ganapate Namah. Jai Sri Ram. I, being the founder president of the BBD Bag Professional Association, would like to apprise the august gathering about the motives and the rationales of the formations of the association. Its genesis date back to year 1984, informal group of the 6 practicing chartered accountants, and its formal incorporation as Section 8 company in January 2020, just before the corona. Ours is a prominent multidisciplinary body comprising those chartered accountant, company secretaries, advocates, and businessmen, its motto is Karmashu Kaushalam, derived from the Gita, chapter 2, Shlok 50, emphasizing requirement of excellence in discharging mandated duties. Association has its own BBD Bag Asika Conference Hall, inaugurated in May 2024 with all modern facilities and equipments at Commerce House in the Central Business District of Calcutta. Association has 600 plus patron and life members of the various walks of life. Inspired by the Vedic philosophy of Tamsoma Jyotirgamaya, Association conducts seminars, symposium, webinars on topics of direct tax, indirect tax, corporate and commercial laws, insolvency and bankruptcy code, audit and accounts, commercial laws, allied laws, capital market and economic issues, addressed by the prominent personalities throughout the year to update the society at large on the latest development. Association makes representation to the governments and its regulatory authorities at regular intervals to highlight the practical issues of the various stakeholders. Outreach events of the Ministry of Finance and Corporate Affairs and Ministry of Law and Justice have also been held at our conference hall with good attendance of our members. Association is holding a signature event called Annual Conference every year on contemporary practical issues on larger scale, attended by the hundreds of its members and their clients and friends. Today's conference is the 4th annual conference. Earlier, 3 annual conferences were held on the theme Jigyasa in the 2023, Karmashu Kaushalam in 2024, Sustainability in Changing Era in 2024, addressed by the leading authorities across India on the various fields. In addition to its academic pursuit, BBD Bag is also organizing every year inter-study circle, indoor and outdoor cricket tournaments in the loving memory of our patron founder member, late Pramod Kumar Mundra. Association is also conducting spiritual discourses titled Gita Manthan every alternate Sunday on Zoom platform. Association has leading personalities as past president, such as C. Ashok Maheshwari, Advocate Paras Kochar, and the present president of the association is C. Sanjib Sanghi. He is known as Man of Technology. He is a Central Council member of ICI and is a member of the Global Capability Center Advisory Committee under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India. With all these words, I have summarized the journey of BBD Bag Professional Association committed to its motto, Yoga hai Karmashu Kaushalam. Jai Sri Radhe.
Thank you very much, Vyas sir. Friends, a founder lays the foundation, the next generation builds on it. Vision creates institutions, and execution creates excellence. If today's conference has come alive and with such scale, quality, and enthusiasm, the immense credit goes to the gentleman I'm about to invite. May I now request the chairman of the conference committee, CA Debayan Patra, to please address the gathering.
A very good morning to one and all present here. Seated on the dais, the chief guest, Vinod Gupta ji, Managing Director, Dollar Industries Limited. The president of the association, CA Sanjib Sanghi, the founder, president, CA RK Vyas, the immediate past president, Paras Kochar ji, the strength, the secretary of the organization, Pramod Agarwal ji, dignitaries of the dais, patron members, donors, life members, sponsors, of course, the delegates for whom this program has been organized. I welcome all of you, all the professionals present here. We all professionals, by the way, are human beings. And when I am talking about human beings, it is not the human part that I am talking about. Human beings are the best form of the animals. And that has happened only because of evolution, which is a form of transformation. And the reason why today we are talking about transformation. And transformation is not only about evolution, that is, you don't change from apes to human beings. It can also happen in a lifetime. We all know about Daku Ratnakar, who started saying Mara, 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 and it changed to Ram, 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 and he went on to become Valmiki and wrote the Ramayana. So that is also a transformation. We all are here to transform ourselves. Coming to another thing, a few moments earlier, we were all singing the national anthem, proudly standing and singing the national anthem, and we were saying, we were mentioning Punjab, Sindh, Gujarat, Maratha, Dravida, Utkala, Banga, Vindhya, Himachal, Yamuna, Ganga. So many regions coming together, so many cultures coming together, the purpose of togetherness, networking, so that we can become one great nation. Similarly, great firms are also built through networking. And the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India also allows such platform of networking and in a multidisciplinary format. A moment ago, the mentor of the conference said, we are a multidisciplinary organization, BBD Bag Professional Association. So professionals come together in the form of a multidisciplinary unit and can actually actually make it a success, the vision of the Prime Minister, to have Indian Big Four firms. Now, tell me something. Can you hear me? Yes. See, my voice has power. I can always say, why should I not use my voice? I can come here and shout. But no, let me use technology to make it easier. So the point is, technology does not replace us. It helps us. Today, artificial intelligence is changing the way we do the profession. It is us who has to decide to transform ourselves and embrace technology to become greater professionals. The reason why the theme is transformation with AI and networking. But we also talk about other things. We all seek value. We all are doing a search for value, a seize for value. And why should we not talk about the transformed income tax law, where we will be having Dr. Rakesh Gupta, who is already here amongst us, who would be speaking about search and block assessment, because there is not a huge difference in the Income Tax Act 1961 and 2025, but there are certain changes in these provisions of search and block assessment, the reason why we have this topic today. And when we seek value, we also talk about wealth. The reason why we also have a session where the editor of the CNBC Awaz, Mr. Anuj Singhal, would be here to talk about the capital market, that too in a situation when we rise in the morning and see there is a tweet by Mr. Trump, and again in the evening we see there is a tweet. So it changes the market. So he will be speaking about the markets in a deglobalized situation. So this is the whole program for the day. I must also mention that we are thankful to past chairman of EIRC, CA Manish Goyal, who helped us getting a message from the newly nominated Speaker of the Legislative Assembly, West Bengal, Chartered Accountant CA Rathindra Bose. So we have his message. You all will be reading that in the souvenir. And of course, I am thankful to every committee member of this conference who had been working tirelessly to make this conference a success. You will get all their names in the souvenir too. I wish you all great learning experience. Thank you for joining here.
Thank you, Debayan. Friends, experience tells us what happened. Wisdom tells us why it happened. But whenever senior leaders speak, they don't merely share opinions. They share perspective. May I now invite our immediate past president, Dr. Advocate Paras Kochar ji, to please address the gathering.
हेलो, राधे राधे, जय श्री कृष्णा, जय जिनेन्द्र। आप लोगों के आने से दिल चह गया है, आप लोगों के आने से दिल चह गया है, आपकी खुशबू से ये हॉल महक गया है। आदरणीय मुख्य अतिथि श्री विनोद गुप्ता जी, अध्यक्ष संजीव सांगी जी, और इस कॉन्फ्रेंस के अध्यक्ष श्री पात्रा जी, एवं मंच पर आसीन एवं सभागृह में उपस्थित सभी भाइयों और बहनों, सर्वप्रथम मैं आज की सभा के मुख्य अतिथि श्री विनोद गुप्ता जी का हार्दिक अभिनंदन करते हुए आप सभी महानुभावों का दिल से स्वागत करता हूं, जिन्होंने अपना अमूल्य समय निकालकर यहाँ पधारे हैं। बीबीडी बाग प्रोफेशनल एसोसिएशन अपने शैशव काल से गुजर रहा है, क्योंकि इसे सिर्फ 4 साल हुए हैं, और मेरा सभी सदस्यों से आह्वान है कि वे तन मन और धन से हमारे इस एसोसिएशन का सहयोग करें, जिससे हम यौवन की दहलीज पर सफलता से प्रवेश कर सकें। दोस्तों, हमारे चतुर्थ वार्षिक अधिवेशन की सफलता की बधाई संस्था के सभी सदस्यों को देता हूं। यह सफलता आप सभी के आगमन के कारण ही संभव हुई है। आप सब पधारे हैं, यह हमारे किस्मत की बात है। आप सब पधारे हैं, यह हमारे लिए किस्मत की बात है। हम कितने बेताब हैं, यह हमारे अंदर की बात है। आज की कॉन्फ्रेंस के चेयरमैन श्री देवयान पात्रा तथा अध्यक्ष श्री संजीव सांगी एवं सभी पदाधिकारियों और सेक्रेटरी संत को आज के कार्यक्रम की सफलता के लिए मैं तहे दिल से बधाई देता हूं। हमने कई विद्वान वक्ताओं को आप सभी के ज्ञानवर्धन के लिए आमंत्रित किया है। मुझे पूर्ण विश्वास है कि उनके ज्ञान की गंगा से आप सब सरोबार हो जाएंगे। डॉक्टर राकेश गुप्ता जी ऑलरेडी पधार चुके हैं। पिछले साल मैंने संस्था के अध्यक्ष की हैसियत से एक घोषणा की थी कि हम 2-3 साल के अंदर ही हमारी सदस्य संख्या 1000 तक पहुंचा देंगे। वर्तमान में यह संख्या 500 से ऊपर है। कुछ कारणों से अभी तक इस संख्या में बहुत ज़्यादा इजाफा नहीं हुआ है, पर मुझे आशा है कि आने वाले 2-3 सालों में ही यह संख्या हम 1000 तक पहुंचा पाएंगे। हमारे जितने भी नए सदस्य हैं, उनसे मेरी गुजारिश है कि प्रत्येक सदस्य, जितने भी सदस्य, अगर प्रत्येक सदस्य एक नया सदस्य दें तो ये 1000 की संख्या 2 साल में पहुंच जाएगी। और मैं सभी सदस्यों के लिए एक नारा देता हूं, हर सदस्य की जिम्मेदारी, हर सदस्य की जिम्मेदारी नया सदस्य खेले पारी, हर सदस्य की जिम्मेदारी नया सदस्य खेले पारी। हमारा डीटीसी यानी कि डायरेक्ट टैक्स क्लिनिक, यह एक बहुत ही जानदार क्लिनिक है। ये डॉक्टर क्लिनिक नहीं है, ये टैक्स क्लिनिक है। इसमें कोई भी टॉपिक होता है, उसमें जितने भी क्वेरीज आती है, वो सभी क्वेरी कई लोगों में बांट दी जाती है, कई वक्ताओं में बांट दी जाती है। हर वक्ता 1 या 2 क्वेरी तैयार करके आता है और बड़ी सूक्ष्मता से उस क्वेरी का एनालिसिस होती है। तो यह क्लिनिक हमारा बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है। और पैसे की भागदौड़ में हम इतने स्ट्रेस में रहते हैं कि वह स्ट्रेस हम कैसे दूर करें, उसका भी हमारे पास समय नहीं है। इसके लिए हम लोगों ने बीबीडी बाग में एक अड्डा का आयोजन किया है। अड्डा, आप लोगों ने सुना होगा, बचपन में अड्डाबाजी सब करते हैं कॉलेज में, नुक्कड़ में। और इसमें हम कानून की कोई बात नहीं करते हैं। इसका मतलब नहीं है कि हम गैरकानूनी बात करते हैं। हम सिर्फ कविता, गीत, चुटकुले, इस तरह की जितनी भी चीज़ें होती है जिससे कि आपका स्ट्रेस कम किया जा सके, सब सदस्य सुनाते हैं। और ये बहुत ही पॉपुलर हो चुका है। जो कभी अटेंड नहीं किए हैं, उनसे भी गुजारिश है कि जब हमारा नेक्स्ट अड्डा का प्रोग्राम हो, आएँ, और ज़रूर से उनका स्ट्रेस दूर होगा। आगे से डॉक्टर के पास जाने की दरकार नहीं पड़ेगी। हमारा स्टडी सर्कल भी बहुत अच्छी तरह से चल रहा है। दोस्तों मित्रों, किसी भी राष्ट्र के विकास में प्रत्येक संस्था का प्रत्यक्ष या परोक्ष रूप से सहयोग रहता है। यह जरूरी, यह एकदम आवश्यक बात है। कोई भी संस्था होती है, उसमें राष्ट्र का परोक्ष रूप से विकास होता है। और हमारी बीबीडी बाग भी राष्ट्र का कोई न कोई कुछ न कुछ विकास कर रही है। संस्था के कर्णधार सीए राजेंद्र जी व्यास और सीए अशोक जी महेश्वरी को उनके निरंतर अथक परिश्रम के कारण हमारी संस्था को मिली ख्याति के लिए मैं नमन करता हूं। मैं सभी सक्रिय सदस्यों का तहे दिल से शुक्रिया अदा करता हूं, जिनकी मेहनत के कारण संस्था की सारी गतिविधियां सुचारू रूप से चल रही है। मित्रों, आप सभी को बधाई देते हुए और पुनः अपना नारा अपना रहा हूं, हर सदस्य की जिम्मेदारी, नया सदस्य खेले पारी। इस नारे को साकार बनाने के लिए आप सबसे पुनः अनुरोध करता हूं और अपना स्थान ग्रहण करने के लिए 2 पंक्तियां बोल रहा हूं। यूँ तो सारी संस्थाएं उत्तम है, यूँ तो सारी संस्थाएं उत्तम है, किंतु बीबीडी बाग सर्वोत्तम है। जय हिंद, जय बंगाल।
Thank you, Paras sir. Before we move ahead, we would like to acknowledge and felicitate some of the dignitaries here in the gathering. So I would request our President, CA Sanjib Sanghi ji, to please come forward and felicitate them. First, we would like to invite Sri O.P. Saxena ji to please come on the dais. A big round of applause for O.P. Saxena ji. Shri R.K. Agarwal ji, past Central Council member also. A big round of applause for R.K. Agarwal sir. We recognize the presence of Central Council member Chitle sir to please come on the dais. We recognize the presence of CA Ravi Kumar Patwaji, Central Council member, EIRC. We recognize the presence of Shri R.K. Poddar ji from Ganges Jute Mill. Request sir to please come on the dais. A big donor for BBD Bag Association. We recognize the presence of our immediate past chairman EIRC, CA Vishnu Tulsiyan ji. Sir, please. And last but not the least, CA Aditya Maheshwari, Regional Council member of EIRC of ICI and Secretary EIRC of ICI. Thank you. Friends, leadership is not about occupying position. Leadership is about creating direction. And when direction meets dedication, institutions flourish. Under the dynamic leadership of our president, BBD Bag Professional Association continues to grow from strength to strength. May I now request our president, CA Sanjib Sanghi, to please address the gathering.
Well, thank you, Shyam, for a wonderful introduction and a wonderful moderation throughout the inaugural session. Very respected the chief guest of today's session, Vinod Gupta ji, the chairman of the conference, Debayan Patra, immediate past president and a very respected gentleman, Kochar ji, the founder president, R.K. Vyas ji, the secretary who is always working hand in hand and shoulder to shoulder, Pramod Bhaiya. I can see our past president Ashok Bhaiya also over there. Thank you so much, sir, for your continuous guidance and support. My mentor in this journey, R.K. Agarwal ji, who has always guided me throughout the journey, Saxena ji. 2 very important council members who have come over here, Chitle sir, the very senior council member, sir, thank you for your presence. And I just wanted to let you know that he was also present during the inauguration of me getting as a president of this BBD Bag Professional Association. Ravi Patwa, despite his busy schedule, he made a point to be here and be present in this gathering. Aditya Maheshwari, I can see Vishnu, many senior members, ladies and gentlemen. Fourth annual conference. This association is in its fourth year. As rightly said by our founder president R.K. Vyas ji, it's a very emotional moment. A moment where we are trying since 4 decades, when 6 gentlemen came forward and started this journey as a Saturday study circle, has grown into an organization which is more than 650 members. We have a wonderful office, as rightly said by Vyas ji. And let me tell you, this office which BBD Bag Professional Association carry is something which each one of you would like to go, work upon, network, learn and adapt. The theme when we thought about, the chairman of this conference, Debayan Patra, put up his word to say we wanted to do this networking and AI. There were a lot of discussions behind it. But finally it went out well. And this is the most appropriate theme. In next couple of minutes, I'm going to share why this is so important. But let me tell you, all the members who is sitting over here, the committee members, even till yesterday, were working tirelessly, effortlessly, and they felt, like I wanted to mention the name of 2 co-chairmen, Pankaj Verma ji and Gaurav Moore, and many other committee members who had taken the responsibility. From the hall, Sumit Behani, guest coordination, Ravi Sureka, Gopal Vyas, each and everyone had given their day and night to make sure that we get an unmatchable experience. You know, at EIRC and ICI, making up a program or bringing together a program is not that difficult. Let me tell you, as a council member of ICI, this is the first time I'm sharing this. But as a president of an association, it's not an easy job. It requires a lot of dedication, a lot of commitment, a lot of efforts by all the members together to make this a success. And that's why I wanted to introduce to you today a very important thought, so that we all carry something together while you know, learning and networking in this session. And the concept today is bridge. Now, what we are doing today is basically, you know, working on a very important thought of bridging relationship. And let me start with the first letter B, which is beyond compliance. Today, even though we are talking about taxation, we are talking about capital market, we are talking about aggregation as a very important topic, and we are talking about how we can bring AI in tax. That is the first session which we are going to have. But that is all we have to think beyond. That is the thought process which B carries. The second is the relationship. Today, my request to all of you is, you know, we are opening up for networking. So please make sure that you meet, network with each and every person sitting over here, so that together we can grow this profession, together we can grow and build this society. That's what we call as our eyes for intelligence. There is no compromise on it. Gone are the days where we say, sab chalta hai, sab hota hai, hum kuch bhi kar lenge. Today is a day all about intelligence, intelligence, and intelligence. How specialized we are, how much core we are, how much are we known for that particular subject is going to be relevant. So we have to choose a subject and really develop a mastery on it, so that we go back to our future client and say, we are an expert on this subject, and this is how we are going to go forward. The next is D, which is digital readiness. That's a favorite topic I always say about. It's all about how we can build a complete digital infrastructure. Gone are the days where we have a very fancy office with a nice little chamber, and we feel very, very happy about sitting in our own chamber. Today there is no chamber. It's becoming borderless. It's a complete big room where everyone is equal and everyone is working together. If you are doing a confidential meeting, you should, even as an entrepreneur, as a partner, should book a meeting room and request that slot. That's the thought process which is now coming up. So how we can create that digital infrastructure so that we can make our office our infrastructure completely paperless, working anytime from anywhere, and getting information done at the click of a button. I'm just left with two last words. The second last word is G. Have a growth mindset. Go back to a client and say how we can help you grow your organization, how we can help you reduce the cost, how we can differentiate and be more of a consultant, more of a functional expert. That's the thought process with which we all need to carry together so that our client depend on us, talk to us, work with us to make sure that they grow their organization with us. In Global Trade and Services Committee, where I'm the chairman, I'm proudly saying that each and every chartered accountant of this country is going to have one global client. Now, someone, raised his hand and said, sir, what are you talking? We are 500,000 members. How can you even think that each and every single chartered accountant will have at least one international client in next 5 years? I said, it's very, very easy. We all have 50, 100, 500, 5,000 clients. If we can make one of our client an international client, if we can help one of our client go global, we have a global client. And that's the development we all want to carry, a growth mindset. And the last but not the least, which we are talking about is E. And when I talk about E, I remember Ravi Patra, who always talk about excellence. There's no compromise to it. There's no second thought to it. Excellence is something we are going to be known for when AI is going to take a very, very important role. And that is what we have in our control. That is what we work together upon. That is what our profession is all about. In the last 77 years, this is what we had carried. Excellence, excellence, and excellence. So my dear friends, I welcome all of you to this very interesting and very thought-building conference, which is just going to start on a very, very important concept of how we can bridge this gap of expectations, of networking, of relationship, of information, of growth, and of networking. With that, thank you once again for joining this session. Thank you.
Thank you, President, sir. Friends, the theme for today's conference is transformation. And when transformation happens, the ideas meet execution, technology meets vision, and knowledge meets opportunity. Before inviting our chief guest, let me leave you with one thought. Artificial intelligence can process information. Human intelligence can create ideas, but leadership converts ideas. It is now my proud privilege to invite our chief guest, Mr. Vinod Kumar Gupta, Managing Director, Dollar Industries, to address the gathering. A big thunderous round of applause for our chief guest.
Namaskar. It's an absolute privilege to be here with you today. I want to thank the organizers for inviting me as your chief guest. Looking out at this room, I see the financial backbone of our economy. As a representative of the corporate sector, I can tell you that we rely heavily on the wisdom, integrity, and strategic foresight of chartered accountants. In my own organization, our CFO and its team are the critical pillars of our decision making. We don't move without you. But today we are not here to talk about the past. We are here to talk about a profound shift. The theme of today's conference, transformation, AI and networking, is not just timely, it's urgent. For decades, the corporate world viewed the CA firm as our shield, ensuring compliance, filing taxes, and keeping us on the right side of the law. Today, we need you to be our compass. The business landscape is moving at breakneck speed. Supply chains are complex, capital markets are hyper-dynamic, and regulatory frameworks change overnight. To help us navigate this, the CA profession must scale and it must
digitize. This brings me to the two pillars of your conference today. First, the artificial intelligence. AI is no longer a buzzword, it's an economic reality. In the corporate sector, we are already using AI to optimize our supply chains, forecast demand, and drive effectiveness and efficiencies. We expect our professional partners to be equally advanced. I see we have Mr. Kumar here today to deep dive into AI in tax practices. This is exactly the kind of innovation the industry is watching. AI won't replace the chartered accountants, but the CAs who use AI will absolutely replace the one who doesn't have. The second pillar is networking and firm aggregation. As businesses grow and expect across sidelines and look at the global markets, our need become multidisciplinary. We need audit, indirect tax, transfer pricing, valuation, and M&A advisory, often all at once. Networking, merging, and pooling resources is how you build your capacity. I am very much looking forward to the insights from CA Nilesh Shivji Vikamse, whose experience in this area is unmatched. His guidance on CA firm networking is the blueprint for the future of the Indian practice. Of course, transformation doesn't mean the course complexities of the profession disappear. The regulatory environment remains intense. The session by CA Dr. Rakesh Gupta on the search and block assessment is a stark reminder of the rigorous compliance and high-stakes litigations you manage on our behalf. Furthermore, everything we do, from manufacturing to professional services, ultimately ties back to value creation. Understanding the macroeconomic picture is vital. Having a voice like Mr. Anuj Singhal here to decode the capital market perfectly rounds about today's agenda, linking ground-level practices with macro-level value and wealth creation. To conclude, the message from the industry is simple. We need you to grow so we can grow. You have a phenomenal lineup of these speakers today. I urge upon you to use this conference not to listen, but to connect, unlearn, and rebuild. Thank you once again for this session and honoring me. Thank you.
थैंक यू सर. तालियां थोड़ी धीरे बज रही है, थोड़ा एक बार जोर से हमारे चीफ गेस्ट के लिए फॉर अ वेरी इंसाइटफुल डेलिबरेशन. थैंक यू सर. Friends, a conference lasts for a day, a speech lasts for an hour, but written knowledge lasts for generations. I have the honor of being the chairman of the souvenir committee and would request the dignitaries to please release the souvenir for today's conference. Before that, I would like to ask my team, CS Ravi Verma ji, CA Nilima Joshi ji, and CA Mohanlal Gupta ji, to please come on the dais and help in releasing the souvenir for this annual conference. Thank you, everyone. Friends, Urdu poet beautifully said, लफ्ज कम पड़ जाते हैं जब एहसान बड़े होते हैं. एंड ग्रैटिट्यूड इज परहैप्स द मोस्ट एलिगेंट वे टू कंक्लूड एनी सक्सेसफुल बिगनिंग. May I now request CA Pramod Kumar Agarwal, Secretary BBD Bag Professional Association, to propose the formal vote of thanks.
Radhe Radhe. It is my pleasure that BBD Bag Professional Association has given me opportunity to offer a vote of thanks. So, the respected Chief Guest, Mr. Vinod Kumar Gupta, our esteemed President, CA Sanjib Sanghi, Chairman of the Committee, CA Debayan Patra, immediate past President, Advocate Dr. Kochar, our esteemed member CA, Mr. R.K. Vyas, who is our founder president, and Mr. Ashok Kumar Maheshwari is our second term president. It is a fourth annual conference of our association. So that our deepest gratitude to our chief guest, Mr. Vinod Kumar Gupta, Managing Director of Dollar Industry Limited, who is also a member of our institute and the member of the company secretary, are having example of what it means to build something significant through discipline, expertise, and purposeful leadership. Your presence has debated this session immediately. इनका हम लोग बहुत ज़्यादा अभिनंदन करते हैं कि इन्होंने अपना समय निकाल करके आज इस अपना बहुमूल्य समय निकाल करके हमारे एसोसिएशन को चार चांद लगाने के लिए इन्होंने अपना बहुमूल्य समय दिया. इसके लिए हम इनके आभारी हैं. Then our Mr. President Sanjib Sanghi Sahab, for your inspiring leadership and charity of vision, and for creating an association that gives professional not just a membership but a true sense of belonging. अभी Mr. Sanjib Sanghi जो कि AI में बहुत ज़्यादा, जिसके हमारा सब्जेक्ट भी है ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन AI एंड नेटवर्किंग, जो कि AI के लिए हमारे इंस्टीट्यूट की तरफ से और हमारे सभी प्रोफेशनल की तरफ से काफ़ी अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं और AI में सबको नॉलेज शेयरिंग कर रहे हैं. Our immediate past president, Dr. Kochar, whose foresight laid the groundwork we proudly continue to build upon. We are grateful for your continuing guidance. A special appreciation for our conference committee, our esteemed members CA R.K. Vyas, Chairman, CA Debayan Patra, Chairman, CA Pankaj Kumar Verma and Sri Gaurav Moore, who is the co-chairman and committee member. The months of efforts and countless details managed completely have come together in the conference you see today. We are thankful to our souvenir committee also, led by CA Shyam Agarwal, for a publication and reflect the depth of the thought in our professional community. Further, the conference would not have been possible without the gracious support of our sponsor, GRD Secretaries, and the Anand Rathi, Naina, and the ARPL, Coal India, Cosmo Bazaar, Style Bazaar, and so many others, that they have given their support. That's why our conference is more successful. And I am also thankful to our pioneer of our profession, Mr. CA R.K. Agarwal ji, CA O.P. Saxena ji, CA Ravi R.K. Poddar ji, and the other CA Ravi Patwa ji, and the other dignitaries who are present here for the successful and for the guidance of our association. And बोलते हैं ना कि बिना नींव के इमारत नहीं बनती है. तो नींव हमारा ऐसा है कि जैसे कि हमारे फाउंडर प्रेसिडेंट डॉक्टर R.K. व्यास, डॉक्टर CA अशोक महेश्वरी एंड एडवोकेट पारस को जिन्होंने नींव डाली, और अभी संजीव सांगी ने नींव को आगे मजबूत बनाते हैं, और आने वाले प्रेसिडेंट जो भी आएंगे हमारे, वो सब इस इमारत को बहुत बुलंदी की ओर ले जाएंगे. तो हम इनके बहुत ज़्यादा आभारी हैं कि इन्होंने अपना बहुमूल्य समय दे करके आया. To the guest, our coordination finance delegate and the coordination press, social media and all other committee, every smooth moment today. Today bears the mark of your vote. Thank you. Thank you to our all the members, all the delegates, and all the patron and the life members, and all other the members of the institute and members of our society. I am very grateful to them that they have given their time for the successful of our conference. Thank you to all.
Thank you. The inaugural session might be concluding, but the journey of learning is just beginning. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being part of this wonderful gathering. Please enjoy the tea break and return promptly within 5 minutes for the first technical session. Before that, would request everyone, all the people for the photo session. Thank you.
Hello. So good morning. Welcome back, and we will be starting our first technical session. In case you have not, if you are still having your lucky draw, please put it on the ball, because we'll have a lucky draw post lunch.